Jerry Seinfeld may have starred on the funniest sitcom in the history of the universe, but he took a page from one of the few shows that can make this same claim earlier in the week. Approached by Kesha on the red carpet of an event in New York City and asked for a hug, Seinfeld went all Arrested Development on the singer, basically replying, "No touching." 3 times. Seinfeld was forced to reject Kesha on 3 separate occasions when she repeatedly pushed to wrap her arms around the iconic comedian while he was giving an interview. Taken aback by the request, Seinfeld simply replied no thanks when Kesha said she wanted to give him a hug. Then he said it again. And again after that because Kesha just wouldn't accept the unexpected rejection. "I don't know who that was," Seinfeld told the reporter following the awkward interaction. "It was Kesha," the journalist responded. "Well, I wish her the best," Seinfeld said, laughing pretty hard over the whole thing. The incident, which you simply have to watch above, went viral for 2 reasons. 1. It was hilarious. 2. It was the rare occasion when a celebrity showed his or her true self. There was no artifice here. There was no concern on Seinfeld's part over how he might come across. He simply didn't want to give someone a hug. So he chose not to. And he chose not to in simple, kind fashion. The snub made headlines across the internet, prompting Seinfeld to explain himself at the Good Plus Foundation and Mr. Porter Fatherhood lunch on Thursday. "I'm 63, I don't know every pop star, I don't know everyone," he said, adding, "I'm not a hugger." It's true. If Kesha really were as big a fan of the comedians as she claims to be, she'd remember the entire Seinfeld episode he dedicated back in the day to his disdain for greeting someone with a peck on the cheek. And that was a reference to someone he knows. "I was right in the middle of an interview, it was a little off," Seinfeld added to the viral moment. "When you get to be my age and you've done a couple things, you have your own reality. In my reality, I don't hug a total stranger. I have to meet someone, say hello. I gotta start somewhere. Hug isn't first moment of a human, 2 humans. I never did that." Jerry would have needed to respond by asking what's the deal with random hugs? For this response to truly be classic Seinfeld. But it came pretty close. The actor proceeded to joke that he has a borderline harassment case on his hands if he chose to make a big deal of it. But then he turned a tad bit serious in wanting to make sure Kesha wasn't too offended. "I'm sure I would have liked her," Jerry told Extra. "But I need to know who are you." It doesn't help that Kesha has dropped the $sign from her name and rid her face of all glitter. Perhaps if she kept both those things as part of her persona, and perhaps if she had yelled timber upon approaching Seinfeld, this situation could have been avoided. Jerry would have recognized her and a hug would have ensured. We doubt it. But it's possible. For the sake of our funny bone, however, we're glad this wasn't the case. Now, if you'll excuse us, we need to scroll up and watch that video again.